Hi people, this is Dancy from ThatWasJunk.com. This month's Fivegoo, we're discussing our most underrated directors. Why? I don't know. The other day I was thinking, hey, who are some directors I really like? Then I thought of some and I was like, wait, a lot of people don't know who those directors are because maybe they're considered underrated? I don't know. That's where we're here to discuss it. So, Josh, who do you think is a very underrated, underappreciated director?
My choice for the most underrated director of my own opinion would be Michael Bay. His movies gross a lot, yes, and people enjoy his movies, but I generally think he gets a bad rap for directing in the style that he does. I don't know. I think his style is awesome, and what he does is great, and is very effective in his movies, but no one seems to appreciate what he does, and instead they just make fun of him.
I think Michael Bay is a hero for staying with what he does.
Yeah, I don't think he's changed for anybody, and I think he rules, and some of his movies aren't that awesome, but he keeps his style going through, and I think it's great. I think 1,000 shots per minute works for his movies, and I think two shots going around from below and all the slow motion crazy shit he does is awesome.
It's funny that you brought up Michael Bay because I have actually two and I'm going to try to squeeze them both in. And my first one...
That's not the rule.
I don't care. I don't care.
dude.
I'm breaking the rules.
Go.
Dancy thought of this one, so he could do whatever he wants. Michelle Gondry,
Who
No,
is
not
Nancy?
Michelle Gondry. My
Beyonce.
first one is
Lady Gaga.
Tyler Perry.
Tyler
Now
Perry.
listen,
Get that.
here's
L-
why...
I
L-
want to hear him.
Here's
L-
why
L-
I
L-
say Tyler Perry's underrated.
OMG.
What? Underrated. Because Tyler Perry, yes, granted the stories in his movies aren't that good, but Tyler Perry knows how to bring out emotion into a movie. Okay? His movies might suck, but his characters are usually also always awesome. Yeah, they're always the same, they're always typical, but
Black people.
they're always typical characters, but he knows how to pull at your heartstrings. He knows how to stir up emotions in his movies, and I learned that when I saw I Can Do All Bad by Myself, because I've seen most of his movies and I've seen all his stage plays, and I just know by that it's just that his characters, they're dramatic and they're like real and it's just like.
Squeeze in your second one.
Well, my second one.
Has he directed all his movies?
Yes, he's written and directed all of his movies.
Put
And
me
my
on
second
tour.
one, which you all know because Josh said it before, is Lars von Trier.
Oh God.
Now
The
listen,
worst sucky suckers.
listen. Antichrist aside, because Antichrist was a horrible movie.
I like Dogville because it's 3 hours.
No,
really
it's
boring.
not that. I think that, and no one can deny that Lars von Trier's directing style is unique in a way.
Okay.
You know, in Dancer in the Dark, his 100 camera setup, which is basically taking this town and setting up 100 cameras all around it to kind of give the actors free range to act. You know, Selma is like dancing in a field. She doesn't have to stay within her. She doesn't have to watch her blocking. She can just like be free, and then you know it was a lot.
That's innovative, like cinematography.
That's all right. That's fine. And also, I think something like the Dogville and Manderley, Dogville and Manderley movies. You know, they're all set on a stage. There's hardly any props. There's hardly anything. Everything is kind of like the actors kind of have to.
What makes him underrated? Who's saying he's not a good director?
I mean, because no one really like knows a lot about like. The biggest thing that everyone knows is like at this point is probably Antichrist. You know, because,
And he got praised for it.
all right, but like I'm just saying, Antichrist just came out last year. You know, he's made so many movies before. He's been making movies forever. You know, granted they were in Sweden, but
The two reasons that we accept you in our group is one, because you can create the website, and two, because we need some Tyler Perry.
We need horrible opinions.
I don't listen. For the record,
You give us a black audience.
right
Yeah.
quick.
Oh my god, that was so black! And then you said Lord!
Right quick.
Real
Lord.
quick, I hate Tyler Perry's movies, but again, I can't knock his direction. Okay, go Kyle.
Alright, so for my underrated director, I picked someone who has only made one movie.
Tell
and
me
I
yours.
picked Tom Green.
Oh, what?
And the reason I picked Tom Green is because not only do I love his
Single film.
Freddy Got Fingered, as far as I know. If he has others, I need to see them. Is because I love that movie and everyone else hates it. So I don't want to say that, oh, I like Tom Green as a director because that movie's underrated. But a lot of the directing stuff he does in that movie I really like that. There's a few montages of music where the stuff he does is really awesome. Plus the stuff that's in that movie is just, I've never seen someone do stuff like that, and I love Tom Green's humor, and he was an awesome part of the 90s. But like the part in Freddy Got Fingered with Moby, like the Moby song and him like walking in the rain, and there's some other like kind of rap song that I know Rage Against the Machine covered that he does crazy drawing for. I don't know. I think Tom Green needs to direct another movie because I really liked what he did.
Good job of saying something we have nothing to say to.
That's fine.
I'd say he's underrated because Freddy Got Fingered.
No one talks about how great that is.
Razzie nominated as one of the worst movies of the decade.
I've never heard anyone say anything about the directing of that movie. I know Roger Ebert said something along the lines of, it's below the bottom of the barrel and it shouldn't even be mentioned in the same sentence with barrels.
Alright,
Go, Dave.
my pick is pretty bad. I spent a lot of time I spent a lot of time looking into it and trying to figure out who I was going to pick. And in the end, I realized that I don't really care much for direction, and I don't care how a movie's directed. I'm a writer by heart, so I am. So I care about stories and how well a story is made in a movie. So I chose Mike Judge. Yeah,
I agree with that.
He's made 3 movies.
Judge rules.
One became popular, Office Space, but it originally wasn't, and I think a lot of people still haven't seen it. Idiocracy is pretty funny, and his movie last year, Extract, is great, and nobody saw it, so that would be my choice, is Mike Judge, because I think he makes really great comedies that aren't recognized.
If you're just talking about movies, then I kind of agree, because Office Space kind of did blow up in popularity, and he kind of got his name out there, but he's created 2 very popular TV shows, so
I don't think as a director he's underrated, but I think his movies are, and so I guess if he's tied, being tied to his movies, that makes sense.
I loved Extract. I saw Office Space when I was like 12, so I didn't really like it, but I've watched parts of it since, and I thought it was awesome. But even the stuff, like, I think about it, like, even the stuff in his movies, like, not even, like, directions and, like, shots and stuff, just, like, the way he makes movies and the stuff he
That's
does.
The thing is, I think he's an
it's
underrated
awesome.
writer. There are certain shots and sequences in Office Space that I think are amazingly put together that are all because of him.
Yeah.
And no one really like, the entire slow motion montage of them smashing the copier is awesomely shot, and the whole first scene with Michael Bolton, like, in his car is just, everything's shot really awesome. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get recognized. So I agree with that too.
So we got Mike Judge, Tyler Perry, Lars von Trier, Tom Green, Michael Bay, most underrated directors of all time. According to TWJ here.
I don't know about all the time. I could name a million more people.
Well, yeah.
Because he's a genius.
My runner-up.
No.
You had to runner-up.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, that was really great.
Harmony.
Tune in next month for Best Crispin Glover movies.
What?
Oh, no!
Serious?
Or something else. Who knows?
Why do you get to go next?
I just said that. I just figured it would be a cliffhanger.
cliffhanger.
Everyone's waiting.
It's okay.
I don't remember his last
Good
name.
night,
Doesn't matter.
and good luck.
Harmony Killebrew, the baseball player. Mark Borchardt.